sir, a carpenter.
Where's thy leather apron and thy rule? And what dost thou with thy best apparel on? You, sir, what trade are you?
Truly, sir, in respect of a fine workman, I am but, as you would say, a gobbler.
What trade art thou? Answer me directly.
A trade, sir, that I hope I may use with a safe conscience, which is indeed, sir, a mender of bad souls.
What trade, thou knave, thou naughty knave? What trade?
Nay, I beseech you, sir, be not out with me. But if you be out, sir, I can mend you.
What meanest thou by that? Mend me, thou saucy fellow.
Why, sir, gobble you?
But wherefore art not in thy shop today?
Truly, sir, we make holiday to see Caesar and to rejoice in his triumph.
Rejoice! What conquest brings he home? What tributaries follow him to Rome to grace in captive bonds his chariot wheels? You blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless things. Oh, you hard hearts, you cruel men of Rome, knew you not Pompey? Many a time and oft have you climbed up to walls and battlements, to towers and windows, yea, to chimney tops, your children in your arms, and there have sat the livelong day, in patient expectation to see great Pompey pass the streets of Rome. And when you saw his chariot but appear, did you not make a universal shout? The Tiber trembled underneath our banks to hear the replication of your sounds made in her concave shores. And now, do you put on your best attire? And now do you call out a holiday? And now do you strew flowers in his way that comes in conquest over Pompey's blood? Begone! Run to your houses! Fall upon your knees! Pray to the gods to intermit the plague that needs must light on this ingratitude.
Go, go, the countrymen, and for this fault, assemble all the poor men of your sort, draw them to Tiber banks, and weep your tears into the channel, till the lowest stream do kiss the most exalted shores of all. See whether their basest metal be not moved. They vanish tongue-tied in their guiltiness. Go you down that way towards the Capitol. This way will I disrobe the images, if you do find them decked with ceremonies.
May we do so? You know it is the feast of Lupercal.
It is no matter. Let no images be hung with Caesar's trophies. I'll about and drive away the vulgar from the streets. So do you too, where you perceive them thick. These growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wing will make him fly an ordinary pitch. Who else would soar above the view of men and keep us all in servile fearfulness?
Peace home!
Caesar, my lord. Get on your feet and for our riddles say, now, much of this lunatics shake off this heroic belt. I shall remember when Caesar says, do this! Fall. Step on, we turn ceremony out. The living noise be still. Peace yet again. Who is it in the quest of gold to me? says now to me now, speak once again.
The Ides of Mars.
He is a dreamer. Let us leave it. Pass.
Set honor in one eye and death in the other, and I'll look on both indifferently. For let the gods so speed me, as I love the name of honor more than I fear death.
I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor. Well, honor is the subject of my story. I can't tell what you and other men think of this life, but for my single self, I had as lief not be live to be as much in awe of it as I myself. I was born free, as Caesar, so were you. We have both fed as well. We have both endured the winter's cold as well as he. For once, upon a raw and gusty day, the troubled Tiber chafing with her shores, Caesar said to me, "Darest thou, Cassius, to leap into this angry flood with me and swim to yonder point?" Upon the word, accoutred as I was, I plunged in and bade him follow. And indeed he did. The torrent roared, but we did buffet it with lusty sinews, throwing it aside and stemming it with hearts of controversy. But ere we could reach the point appointed, Caesar cried, "Help me, Cassius, or I sink." I, as Aeneas, our great ancestor, did from the flames of Troy upon his shoulder the old Anchises bear, so did I from the waves of Tiber, the tired Caesar. And this man is now become a god? And Cassius is a wretched creature that must bend his body if Caesar so carelessly nod on him? Ye gods, it doth amaze me that a man of such feeble temper should so get the charge of this majestic world and bear the palm alone.
Another general shout!
Why, man, he doth bestride this narrow world like a colossus, while we petty men walk under his huge legs, peeping about, trying to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men that sometimes are masters of their fates. The trouble, dear Brutus, lies not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings. Brutus and Caesar. What should be in that Caesar, huh? Why should that name be sounded more than yours? Weighed together, yours is as fair a name. Sounded, it doth become the mouth as well. Weighed, it is as heavy. Conjure with it, and Brutus will raise the spirits as soon as Caesar. Now in the name of all the gods at once, upon what meat does this our Caesar feed that he's grown so great? Age, thou art shamed. Rome, thou hast lost the breed of noble bloods. When went there by a time since the great flood, but it was famed with more than with one man? When did they say till now, that talked of Rome, that her wide walls encompassed but one man? And is this Rome indeed, and room enough, when there is in it but one only man? Ah, you and I have heard our fathers say, there was a Brutus once who would have brooked the eternal devil to keep his state in Rome as easily as a king.
That you do love me, I am nothing jealous. What you would want me to, I have some aim. How I have thought of this, and of these times I shall recount hereafter. For this present, I would not so with love I might entreat you, be any further moved. What you have said I will consider. What you have to say I will with patience hear, and find a time both me to hear and answer such high things. Until then, my noble friend, chew upon this. Brutus had rather be a villager than to repute himself a son of Rome under these hard conditions, as this time is like to lay upon us.
I'm glad that my weak words have spared just that much fire from Brutus.
The games are done and Caesar's returning.
When they pass by, pluck Casca by the sleeve.
I will do so, but look you, Cassius. The angry spot doth glow on Caesar's brow, and all the rest look like a chidden trend. Campania's cheek is pale, and Cicero looks with such ferret and such fiery eyes as we have seen him in the capital being crossed in conference by some senators.
Casca will tell us what the matter is.
Antonius, Caesar, let me have men about me that are fat. Sleek-headed men and such as sleep o' nights. Young Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous.
Fear him not, Caesar. He is a noble Roman and well given.
Would he were fat? But I fear him not. Yet if my name were liable to fear, I do not know the man I should avoid so soon as that spare Cassius. He reads much. He is a great observer, and he looks quite through the deeds of men. He loves no plays as thou dost, Antony. He hears no music. Seldom he smiles and smiles in such a sort as if he mocked himself and scorned his spirit that could be moved to smile at anything. Such men as he be never at heart's ease whilst they behold a greater than themselves, and therefore are they very dangerous. I rather tell thee what is to be feared than what I fear, for always I am Caesar. Come on my right hand, for this year is death, and tell me truly what thou thinkst.
By the throat, would you speak with me?
Aye, Casca, tell us what it chanced today that Caesar looked so sad.
Why, there was a crown offered him. Being offered, and he put it by with the back of his hand. Thus. And the people fell a shouting.
They shouted thrice. What was the last cry for?
Why, for that too.
Was the crown offered him thrice?
I marry watched, and he put it by thrice. Every time gentler than the other.
Who?
And at every putting by, mine honest neighbor shouted.
Who offered him the crown?
Why, Anthony.
Tell us the manner of it, gentle Casca.
Why, I could be hanged as to the manner. It was mere foolery. I did not mark it. I saw Mark Anthony offer him a crown. Yet it was not a crown, neither it was one of these coronets. And as I told you, he put it by one. But for all that, to my thinking, he would have fain have had it. Then he offered it to him again, and he put it by again. To my thinking, he was very loath to lay his fingers off it. Then he offered it to him the third time. He put it the third time by, and as he still refused it, the rabbit hooted and clapped their chapped hands and threw up their sweaty nightcaps and uttered such a deal of stinking breath, because Caesar refused the crown that it had almost choked Caesar, for he swooned and fell down at it. For my own part, I durst not laugh, for fear of opening my lips and receiving the bad air.
Pray, son, what did Caesar swoon?
He fell down in the marketplace, was foaming at the mouth, and was speechless.
'Tis very like he had the falling sickness.
No, Caesar had it not. You and I, an honest Casca, we have the falling sickness.
I know not what you mean by that.
What said he when he came unto himself?
Mary, before he fell down, when he perceived the common herd, was glad he refused the crown. He plucked me open his doublet and offered them his throat to cut.
And after that he came thus sad away.
Aye.
Did Cicero say anything?
Aye, he spoke Greek.
To what effect?
Nay, I tell you that I'll never look you in the face again. But those that understood him looked at one another and smiled. But for mine own part, it was Greek to me. I could tell you more news too. Morals and flavors for pulling scarves off Caesar's images are put to silence. Fare you well. There was more foolery, yet if I could remember it.
Will you dine with me tonight, Casca?
No, I am promised for.
Will you sup with me tomorrow?
Aye, if I be alive and your mind whole, and your dinner worth the eating.
Good. I will expect you.
Do so. Farewell, both.
For this time I'll leave you. Tomorrow, if you wish to speak with me, I will come home to you. Or, if you will, come home to me and I will wait for you.
I will do so. Till then, think of the world. Well, Brutus, thou art noble, yet I fear thy honourable metal may be shrouded in that it is disposed. Caesar doth bear me hard, but he loves Brutus. Now, if I were Brutus, and Brutus were Cassius, he should not humour me. I will, this night, in several hands, in at his windows throw, as if coming from several citizens, writings, all tending to the great opinion Rome has of his name. Wherein obscurely Caesar's ambition shall be glanced at. After this, let Caesar seat him sure. We will shake him, or else worse days endure.
Good evening, Caspar. Brought your Caesar home? Why so breathless? Why stay you so?
Are not you moved when all the sway of earth shakes like a pinion firm? Oh, Cicero, I have seen tempests, but never till tonight, never till now have I been through a tempest dropping fire. Either there is a civil strife in heaven, or else the world too saucy with the gods incenses them to send destruction.
Why? Stay you anything more wonderful?
A common slave. You know him well by sight. Held up his left hand, which did flame and burn like 20 torches joined. Yet his hand, unsensible of fire, remained unscorched. Besides, I hadn't since put up my sword against the Capitol. I met a lion that glared upon me and went surly by without annoying me. And there would drop upon a heap 100 ghastly women, transformed with their fears. When these prodigies do so conjointly meet, let not men say, these are natural, and they are their reasons. For I believe these are portentous things unto the climate that they point upon.
It is a strange disposed time, but men may construe of things after their fashion, clean of the very purpose of things themselves. Come, Caesar, to the Capitol tomorrow.
He doth.
Good night then, Casca. This disturbed sky is not fit to walk in.
Farewell, Cicero.
Who's there?
A Roman!
Casca, by your voice.
Here is good, Cassius. What a night is this?
A very pleasing night to honest men.
Whoever knew the heavens menace so.
Those who know the earth full of faults. For my part, I have walked about these streets, submitting me unto this perilous night. And when the cross-blue lightning seemed to open the breast of heaven, I did present myself, even in the aim and very flattery.
But wherefore did you tempt the heavens so? It is the part for men to fear and tremble.
If you should know the cause, you will know that heaven hath infused them with these spirits to make them instruments of fear and alarm unto some monstrous state. Now, Casca, I could name to thee a man most like this terrible night, a man no mightier than you or me in personal action, but grown so prodigious and fearful as these spirits are.
Caesar that you mean, is it not, Cassius?
Let it be who it is.
Indeed, senators mean to establish Caesar as their king tomorrow, and he shall wear his crown by land and sea in every place, save here in Italy.
I know where I shall wear his dagger then.
So every bondman has the power in his hands to cancel his captivity.
Then why should Caesar be a tyrant still? Poor man. I know he would not be a wolf, but that the Romans are seen as sheep. He were no lion, were not the Romans hyenas. And those that in great haste would light a mighty fire begin with weak straws. What trash is Rome? What rubbish! What offal that he serves the base matter to illuminate such a vile thing as Caesar? Oh, grief. Where hast thou led me? I perhaps speak with a willing bondman, but I know my answer is made. I know.
You speak to Casca, and to such a man, that is no fleeting telltale. Hold my hand.
There's a bargain made. Now know you, Casca, I have already moved some certain of the very noblest of men in Rome to undergo with me an enterprise so bloody, fiery, and so fierce.
Stand close a while, for here comes one in haste.
Oh, it's Sinner. I know him by his gait. He's a friend. Where goes thou, Sinner?
To find out you. Who's that? Metella Simba.
Oh, it is Casca, one incorporate to our attempts.
I'm glad on it.
Am I stayed
What
for...
a fearful night is this. There's 2 or 3 of us have seen strange sights.
Am I not stayed for, Sinner? Tell me.
Yes, you are. Oh, Cassius, if you could but win the noble Brutus to our party.
Be you content. Now take this paper and look you late in the praetor's chair, where Brutus might just see. And throw this in at his window.
I will hide, and proceed as you have bade me.
And that done, prepare to Pompey's theatre. And now, Casca, you and I will, ere day, go and visit Brutus at his house. 3 parts of him is ours already, and the man entire upon our next encounter yields him ours.
Oh, he sits high in all of people's hearts, and that which may appear offense in us, his countenance, like richest alchemy, will change to virtue and to worthiness.
His might and your knowledge of him, and our great need of him, you have right well conceited. It is night. Ere day, we shall awaken him and be sure of him.
What Lucius, how? I cannot by the progress of the stars give guess how close to day. Lucius, I say! I would it were my fault to sleep so soundly. When, Lucius, when? Awake, I say! What, Lucius?
Called you, my lord?
Get me a taper in my study, Lucius. When it is lighted, come and call me here.
I will, my lord.
It must be by his death. And for my part, I know no personal cause to spurn at him, but for the general. He would be crowned. How that might change his nature, there's the question. It is the bright day that brings forth the adder, that craves wary walking. Crown him, that, and then I grant we put a sting in him that at his will he may do danger with. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. And to speak truth of Caesar, I have not known when his affections swayed more than his reasons, but 'tis a common proof that lowliness is young ambition's ladder, where to the climber upward turns his face, but when he once attains the upmost round, he then unto the ladder turns his back, looks in the clouds, scorning the base degrees by which he did ascend. So Caesar may, and lest he may prevent. And since the quarrel bears no color for what he is, fashion it thus. What he is, augmented, would run to these and these extremities. And therefore think him as a serpent's egg, which hatched would, as his kind, grow mischievous. So, kill him in the shell.
Take a burner from the closet, sir. Searching the window for a flint, I found this paper thus sealed up. And I'm sure it did not lie there when I went to bed.
Get you to bed, it is not day. Is not tomorrow, boy, the Ides of March?
I know not, sir.
Look in the calendar and bring me word.
I will, sir.
The exhalations whizzing in the air give so much light that I may read by them. Brutus, thou sleepst. Awake and see thyself. Speak, strike, redress. Brutus, thou sleepst. Awake. Such instigations have been often dropped when I have picked them up. Speak, strike, redress. Am I entreated to speak and strike? O Rome, I make thee promise, if the redress will follow, thou receivest thy full petition at the hand of Brutus.
Sir, march has wasted 14 days.
'Tis good. Go to the gate. Somebody knocks. Since Cassius first did wet me against Caesar, I have not slept. Between the acting of a dreadful thing and the first motion, all the interim is like a phantasma or a hideous dream.
Sir, since you've a Cassius at the door, who doth desire to see you.
Is he alone?
No, sir. There are more with him.
Do you know them?
No, sir. Their hats are plucked about their ears, and half their faces buried in their cloaks. That by no means I may discover them by any mark of favor.
Let them enter. Oh, they are the faction. No conspiracy shamest thou to show thy dangerous brow by night, when evils are most free. Oh, then by day, where wilt thou find a cavern dark enough to mask thy monstrous visage? Seek none conspiracy. Hide it in smiles and affability.
I see that we come too much upon your rest. Good morrow, Brutus. Do we trouble you?
I've been up this hour, awake all night. Know why these men that come along with you?
Yes, and all of them that wish that you had but that opinion of yourself that all of Rome has of your name. That is Trebonius.
He's welcome hither.
Decius Brutus.
He's welcome too.
That is Casca.
Welcome.
This sinner.
They're all welcome. What watchful cares do interpose themselves betwixt your eyes and night?
Shall I entreat a word with you?
Here lies the east. Doth not the daybreak here?
No.
Pardon, sir, it doth. And yon grey lines that fret the clouds are messengers of day.
You should confess that you are both deceived. Here, as I point my sword, the sun rises.
Give me your hands all over, one by one.
And let us swear our resolution.
No, not an oath. If not the face of men, the sufferance of our souls, the times of use, if these be motives weak, break off betimes, and every man hence to his idle bed. So let high-sighted tyranny range on till each man drop by lottery. Oh, swear priests and cowards, but do not stain the even virtue of our enterprise. To think that our cause or our performance did need an oath.
What of Cicero? Shall we count on him? I think he will stand very strong with us.
Let us not leave him out.
Let us have him, for his silver hairs will purchase us a good opinion, and by men's voices to commend our deeds. It shall be said that his judgment ruled our hands.
Well, name him not. Let us not break with him, for he will never follow anything that other men begin.
Leave him out, then.
Indeed, he is not fit.
Shall no man else be touched but only Caesar?
Well urged, Decius. I think it is not meet that Mark Antony